Hey guys, I hope all is going well. Today is day 8 of the Codger Challenge 2025. Things are still going well. Today I am obviously smoking the half-breed mixture, and it is in my Mark Tinsky Pipe Cottage pipe. And there's a reason for that again, other than it's a great pipe. I want to talk today just a little bit about, shall we call it, some drama. So, I haven't seen necessarily so much. It's been a little bit back and forth from YouTube presenters, but a lot of the comments in this series of videos that's been going back and forth, a lot of the comments are really what's bothered me. And I know I don't put much stock in some of the comment threads because, you know, you guys that watch my videos are normally, you know, well behaved, so thank you. But essentially, if you're not familiar with the drama that I'm referring to, recently Cornell and Deal put out their newest iteration of the Beast blend, and Alan Harrelson of the Pipe Cottage put out a video about it, essentially saying that he was no longer going to support Laudisi Enterprises, which is SmokyPipes.com, Cornell and Deal, I guess Peterson Pipes, Savinelli Pipes, and such. And and due to religious beliefs, the blend being named after Aleister Crowley, and they put a big a long page description about Aleister Crowley's biography and such, and it greatly conflicted with Alan Harrelson's Catholic views. And so that was his video. That was the point of his video. Now, some guys rightfully pointed out that this is not the first time that Cornell and Deal has put out this blend, and so this was completely unfounded. This was his feelings for it. Some people went as far to say that he was just trying to strike up some drama for views and such. And I'm going to go ahead and give him the benefit of the doubt and say that you know, you don't really know what you don't know, and if it wasn't on your radar, hold on. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. So you don't know what you don't know necessarily if you're not paying attention to it. And so maybe, again, benefit of the doubt, he just didn't know or care before. So that's one. I don't think that warrants any backlash. If that's his view, then that's his view, and so be it. In a lot of ways, YouTube is kind of like a speaker's corner, where anybody, supposedly, pretty much anybody, has a platform to say what they want to say about whatever. And not going down the rabbit trail of, yeah, well, YouTube puts strikes and all that. We're not talking about that. So, if you've got an opinion on something, though, you have the right to, you can make a video about it, you can express your opinion. And that's what happened. If you don't agree with him, or you don't care about a blend being named the Beast, cool. Just ignore it, move on. It's not your audience, or it's not your thing. All right, cool. And then shortly thereafter, though, he put out a post essentially saying that he didn't believe the YTPC YouTube pipe community was an actual community. And that, I think, is what really sparked a lot of the backlash. So I want to discuss that a little bit. Now, again, I'm giving the benefit of the doubt because I don't know anybody. I don't know any of these guys in real life. A YouTube persona is certainly one thing. I like to think that if you were to meet me in real life, that you would say I'm essentially the same person in real life that I am in these videos. You guys notice I don't edit anything. I don't come to videos with notes, really. It's ironic I said that because I just have a note real quick I'm going to share with you in a second, but beside the point. I think it's pretty obvious that I'm just sort of talking off the top of my head. So again, giving the benefit of the doubt was the point of that. So that sparked a lot of backlash from YTPC members. A lot of comments. I'm guessing there were probably more videos than I saw. The only one I really saw was from Brian Doran, Beans. And his video was essentially to hammer home the point that there is a community. The YTPC is an actual community of people. You know, if you engage in the YTPC, then, you know, you're part of that community. And so watching these videos and whatnot, and again, in the comments, there was a lot of, you know, support of that ideology. So I started thinking about, you know, where's the overlap here? Where's the issue? Where's the discrepancy? Now, some people would say that it's just Alan Harrelson trying to drum up some drama to get views. I don't think that's the case. Now, from videos that he's done in the past, he's a ginger, he's a redhead. A bit of a fiery temper comes from that. And when one of your main platforms is being online and people commenting, especially this wind today is ridiculous. When you know, a lot of your online as persona, your channel, you talk a lot about things that are controversial. You tend to get a lot of negative comments made, and so it's evident that a lot of people leave rather negative comments because of his Catholic beliefs and his thoughts on that and the importance of Catholicism in his family's life. So maybe things are just sort of assumed in the worst. But in trying to figure out what all this was about, I think the word that really has caused a lot of the controversy is community. So it got me thinking about that a little bit. And I want to share with you guys I looked up the definition of community. And as I had kind of suspected, there were two main definitions of community. I want to share those with you guys because I think this is where a lot of the problem stems from. So, here we go. I wrote them down for you guys. See? Notes. I made a liar of myself. Anyways. So I'm just going to read these in order that I wrote them down. There's no specific reason. I'm not picking favorites. I love a lot of the work that Pipe Kaj is doing. Beans, great guy. Don't know you in real life, but seemed like a really cool guy. So there's that. The two definitions of community, though, the first one, and this is the one that I think Alan Harrelson is referring to. A group of people living together in the same place or having a particular characteristic in common. And so when he says that there is no pipe community, I think simply all he's saying is that his definition of community means a people living together in a similar place, having a particular goal in common. I mean, I think that's pretty evident based on the way that he lives his life. He wants to be surrounded by godly people, have a Catholic family. And the beauty of America is that that's what you get to do if that's what you want to do. When you look at the rest of the YTPC, people live in different places. Sure, there's meetups and you make digital friendships, but those meetups are generally a big deal. It's not an everyday occurrence. Which leads into definition number 2 of community. A feeling of fellowship with others as a result of sharing common attitudes, interests, and goals. AKA pipe smoking, in this case. So, you can see that's a definition that most people in the YTPC follow with. A group joined by a common interest. Pipe smoking. And through this online community, people have certainly made friends with others. I mean, again, one of the a very giving community of people. Constantly see videos of unboxings of people sending each other stuff, and the camaraderie, and it's great to see. It's a great group to be a part of. But I can see it both ways. And again, they're two similar but different definitions of the word community. And I think that's where a lot of the drama stems from. Just a difference in definition. And, for some people, being an online group can constitute a community. And for others, if you're not spending time physically together, living near each other, helping each other out, not in proximity of each other, then you're not a community. Okay. It all depends. Some people would say the idea of an online community isn't real. It doesn't exist. I don't know. I certainly think that there's different reasons for people in the YTPC. There are certainly those who want to come across as figures of authority. There are those who have a great sense of taste and want to tell people about what they enjoy. And then there's others who, I think I fall into this category, who just want to sort of have digital conversations. I guess you could call it a conversation. Maybe it's one-sided. Discussing topics of interest, and a pipe just happens to be involved. Essentially, the point being is I don't think all the drama is necessary. I don't think getting in people's comments and hounding them because of their opinion on something. I don't think it's necessarily the appropriate thing to do. But I think we've just become too intolerant of different points of view. And that's a big problem across the board for everything. It's not just this. It's a state of politics. Everyone's become so polarized. And I'm losing patience with it, to be honest. You don't gain much by being so polarized. You lose the ability to have conversations. It becomes a series of gotchas instead of productive conversation. I don't know that I really said anything super productive there. Sort of thinking out loud. But I think we all need to be a little bit more accepting of the fact that others have different opinions on things. And that's okay. That's what makes the world go round. That's what makes America such a great place. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Just wanted to share that with you guys. And again, I guess if you've already formatted the opinion that I have picked a side, good for you. I hope I made it abundantly clear that I have not. I don't think there's necessarily sides in this discussion. There's just different points of view, and that's fine. If you don't think the YTPC is a community, okay, cool. Do your thing and let that be that. If you, proud member of the YTPC, that's fine too. I enjoy watching you guys' videos. I enjoy hearing what's going on in other people's lives. And I think that's important in its own way too. Sometimes just having a conversation out loud to yourself, and if others get benefit from it, then good. But yeah, that's it. Just wanted to get those couple thoughts out there. It seems like that whole discussion is kind of winding its way down, which is good. I do have to say, on yesterday, on the Pipe Cottage channel, he put out a video. If you agree with him about not wanting to support Laudizi Enterprises, gave a lot of great alternatives, which I think they're good to know about anyways. If you're not familiar with these other lenders, these other sellers, then, go check out that video. Go check out what these other sellers and blenders have. Support smaller businesses. A lot of people are thinking, okay, well, Cornell and Deal is pretty much the U.S. option now if you're boycotting STG. Okay. I don't know. Do what you think is right. But I don't think jumping on other people's channels and jumping down their throat because you don't necessarily agree with them over something that's relatively harmless. I don't think that's a great plan either. So, anyways, let's all just get along. That's the point of it all. Respect other people's opinions. You don't have to agree with them. It is possible to just move on with life without attacking other people. Yeah. Anyways, I hope you got something out of this. Interested in your thoughts in the comments. Of course, keep it civil. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one. Bye.